I sent students abroad for higher studies to various countries across the globe for the last 14 years. And today I have come over here to give you information about studying abroad. Now, when I say studying abroad, it doesn't mean education abroad is even bad. Education in India is also really good. But still, then why student wants to study abroad? Okay, this is the main aim of this presentation. Thank you. Now, there are so many countries across the globe to study, but still there are specific these 9 countries where 99% of students who want to study abroad. They are basically Australia, New Zealand, UK, US, Canada, Singapore, France, Germany and Switzerland. So 99% of the students want to study from these top countries only because academically wise, work wise, career wise, these are top countries. But still 1% of the remaining students, they want to study from some another country, first European countries. European countries consist of European Union, which has 26-27 countries, which includes Austria, Belgium, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, France, Lithuania, Portugal, Poland, Holland, सब तरह के लैंड वहाँ पे इसमें है, छोटे-छोटे countries. Okay. But why still student wants to study from these European countries? Why not from these top countries as of now? The reason behind is tuition fees from these European countries is really less. So sometimes what happens, students say, parents say, sir, my academics are good, but my parents are not able to afford it. So कैसे कर सकते हैं? So European countries come to the rescue. European countries says, we cannot hear. We cannot hear. Now okay, can you hear? Yeah. So sometimes students, as I said, they come over here, education, we want to do it, but funding नहीं हो पा रही है. So at that time, European countries come to the rescue where academics are really good, but tuition fee is really less. Now since the tuition fee is also really less, cost of living is also really less because the countries are itself very small, the economies are small. तो खर्चा पानी उतना होता नहीं है. So that's an advantage of studying in European countries. But at the same time, quality of education is also worldwide recognized. Just because you are studying from European countries doesn't mean if you study from these countries your value will get degraded. No. All these universities are on par with all the top 9 countries. Most countries require no IELTS exam. How many of you are aware of what is this IELTS exam? That is basically English proficiency test. Irrespective how fluent your English is, you have to clear IELTS exam. Because I know your English is fluent, your parents know English is fluent, your teachers know English is fluent. But what about the admission officers, what about the visa officers? They don't know you, they haven't seen you. So for that, this exam certification is mandatory, this is valid for 2 years. So, but some students again come, sir, jana hai but English अच्छी नहीं है. The moment they start communicate with me, they reply with me, yes, no, okay, sorry, thank you. मतलब समझ जाएगा ये student top countries में नहीं जा सकता है. Unless and until English की exam clear करे तो. So some students really fear of not giving this IELTS exam. So at that time, some countries of European countries do come in hand to get them the admissions. Quick admission offer letters. This is another one more reason. Big countries, US, UK, Canada take 1.5 months, 2 months, 3 months to get the offer letters. This universities and colleges takes only 15-20 days offer letters. So this is one of the again advantage. Simple visa documentation. Documents are very less and very simple to get it. The visa gets approved very quickly. And the last one, the best, is Schengen visa. I hope again this also everyone must be aware of it. एक country में जाओ, बाकी के 27 countries के रूप automatically gets opened up. That's the power of Schengen visa. So for that reason, maximum students, 1% students, they want to go for this European countries. Now, why study abroad? Okay, we'll come to this point. How many of you are planning to study abroad? Any thoughts of it? Why do you want to study abroad? Any specific reason? Can you just answer me? Why do you want to study abroad? You just raise the hand, right? So you are having something in your mind? Okay. Anyone else? Alright, okay. I'll come to the point. Industry relevant qualifications from world-class institutions. Now over here, I'm not saying education in India is better, and I said earlier education also is good, but sometimes what we are studying over here and what we are implementing in our job is not reflecting. The same thing doesn't work abroad. Whatever you're going to study and whatever you're going to implement get matches. So that is the main benefit why students want to study abroad. That's number one point. Second is globally experienced faculties and experts in their profession. Now while in India we have really good faculties, no doubt about that, but they are all local. We have only visiting faculties who come from abroad and they're also only from IITs and IIMs, and then they can go back to the country and give the lecture. But over there, suppose if you're going to UK or USA to study, you would be having local faculties from the specific countries. But along with them, you would be having other faculties also from across the globe. So you get a global exposure in terms of teaching wise, in terms of training wise. This is the advantage of studying abroad. Third point is education based on case studies and internships. This case studies basically word is relevant with management students, engineering students, where after the completion of the program, universities, colleges, admission officers, they give you live case studies to sort out the problems. So this is the live practical examination what you student has to face over there. And internships are basically related with hotel management students where they have paid internships. So in short, you can say education abroad is 80% practical and 20% is theoretical. That's the main reason for studying abroad. Availability of part-time jobs and full-time jobs for the global exposure. Now, when you're going abroad, you're not going to study over there. You need to learn something different. You need to do jobs over there. You need to survive over there. So कुछ तो आना चाहिए कैसे करना है job. At that time, all the major countries' government allow you to do a part-time job where your eating, fooding, lodging, boarding charges are because this is basically a pocket money expense. And this is really required to survive yourself. So this is what students wants to go abroad. India में तो क्या है, parents आ गए घर पे है तो job करो, पैसे की कोई value लेके house said nobody values money over there, but over there every single penny you will have to value. That's why it's very important of studying abroad. And the last one, which is the favorite of everyone, is option to settle abroad after completion of the studies. भाई मैंने 15-20 लाख डाल दिया है, PR लेके मुझे बैठना है, सर रास्ता बताइए कैसे करना है. At that point of time, only 3 countries were helping out the students, that's Australia, New Zealand and Canada. But after completion of your studies, you have the option to work over there and settle down over there. So these are some of the 5 points where students want to study abroad. Now, entry requirements. After what the student can go abroad. So the first thing that any student wants to study abroad has to complete 12th. Irrespective of any stream, science, engineering, arts or any stream, student has to complete 12th and go to complete the diploma program or bachelor's program. If a student has completed their graduation, they can go to complete the post-graduation master's program. But 11th वाले नहीं जा सकते हैं, FY, SY वाले नहीं जा सकते हैं. So either 12th or either the graduate program students. But what are the admission criteria for studying for bachelor's program abroad? Now, obviously the qualification has to be 12th grade, alright? Along with that, you will have to clear IELTS English proficiency test, IELTS or TOEFL depending on which country you're going for it. And you complete for bachelor's for 3 years or 4 years. Now majorly all the countries will go for bachelor's program for 3 years except USA and Scotland. USA will go for 4 years bachelor's program and Scotland will go for 4 years bachelor's program. So rest of all the programs will go for 3 years. The same thing for the master's degree, you have to complete your bachelor's, irrespective of from whichever stream you are. But after that, again in English you have to complete with IELTS TOEFL. Now master's degree varies from countries to countries. UK, say for example, trains master's program only for 1 year. Australian universities do go for 2 years, US universities go for 2 years. The rest of all the universities across the globe go for 2 years, but some universities in Australia take 1.5 as well. So this again differs from countries to country. Now, going abroad is just not only to go along with IELTS exam, that's basically and just a basic English proficiency test. But apart from that, another 3 more aptitude tests are there, which are really mandatory if you are going to US. US, the king of education, they ask you go for GMAT, that is Graduate Management Aptitude Test. That is basically for those students who are going for MBA programs. That's mandatory, irrespective of how much scholar you are, you have to do this GMAT exam, you have to clear it out at any cost. GRE is for engineering students, non-management students, and SAT is for undergrad students. So this exam is specifically required for any students who wants to go to US to study abroad. But nowadays, all the top universities across the globe also ask for GMAT and GRE, specifically for MBA programs. Now, intakes. Now, everyone in India, I mean, everyone you must be knowing, in India we have only one intake of admission. That is July, August. If you miss out, pura saal gaya wasted. You have to wait till for 1 year. But in abroad, it doesn't work like that. You have two intakes across the globe, across the year. February and July, there's for Australia and New Zealand. And for January and September, it's for UK, US and Canada. So if you go for February intake, your studies get over from Feb to Feb. If you go to July, it goes over from July to July. And same thing if you go Jan, it goes Jan to Jan and September to September. So if you go for September intake, it doesn't mean your course already started from Jan and you get wasted. No, it's just the universities across the globe doesn't want the students years to get missed out. So for that reason, over there, there's an advantage of studying abroad where you do not miss your year and you can easily start with the admission process. And some colleges nowadays offer even in April, May, November also. That's rolling intake period, what we call. Now coming up to universities, these are some of the popular universities which I have mentioned at this point of time where normal student wants to study abroad. So for Australia, basically ANU, there is Australian National University, Central Queensland University, Charleston University, Deakin, University of Sydney, University of Melbourne, Griffith, Macquarie, University of New South Wales, Queensland. Australia has 42 universities. New Zealand has 8 universities only, but all these 8 universities are on par of this top universities in the group again. So University of Auckland, AUT, Massey, Waikato, Lincoln, Otago, AI St. Helens, Victor, Unitec, UK again University of Bath, Coventry, Middlesex, Birmingham, Leeds, Southampton. US again the king is, US has more than 4,500 universities and colleges. So the major one normal students go for it is Texas A&M, UCLA, Montana State, James Madison, Long Island, New York, Purdue. Canada, the king as of now, where every student is dreaming of going and settling down over there. That's George Brown College, Seneca, Humber, Thompson River, York, Macquarie University, Singapore, France, Germany, Switzerland. So these are some of the popular universities where education is good, but along with education good, the fee structure is moderate. But at the end of the day, my second meeting always goes with the parents. Father, mom comes, के ID कितना दिखाना है, बैंक लोन कितना दिखाना है, कितना करना है. So the average tuition fees to study for any country is 10 lakhs per bachelor. That's a round figure to calculate. Okay. So if you're going for 3 years bachelor's program, it comes to 30 lakhs. If you're going for 4 years part-time job, में वो automatically recover हो जाती है. So this is just for showing purpose कि कहीं कोई बड़ी बीमारी आ गई या कहीं accident हो गए, God forbid something goes wrong, so I would be able to fund myself. So this expense is currently, as per the recent dollar rates and the government rules regulations, Australia is around 10.5 lakh per year, New Zealand is around 7.5 lakh, UK is 10 lakh, something around 10.81, US is 7 lakh 20,000, Canada is 5.5 lakh, Singapore is 7.5 lakh, France is around 6 lakh, and Germany is around 7 lakh 20,000. So this amount you have to show it only for the first year. As I said, if you're going for tuition fees तो 3 साल का प्रोग्राम नहीं है, 2 साल का मास्टर्स प्रोग्राम है, वो तो पे करना ही करना है. फर्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर, थर्ड ईयर. बट वीजा ऑफिसर को लिविंग एक्सपेंस सिर्फ फर्स्ट ईयर का ही दिखाना होता है. तो दिस इज नॉट एन एक्चुअल एक्सपेंस, बट हाँ होगा तो ही दिखा पाओगे, मतलब इसको तो काउंट करना ही है इनिशियल लेवल पे. करेक्ट. नाउ पार्ट टाइम जॉब, एज आई सेड अर्लियर, all countries government use part time job because they want students to gain some basic global exposure. They don't want later on कि कुछ ना आए और खाली बैठे रहे and they become a liability on the government. No, उनको ऐसा नाम नहीं बिगाड़ना है on the international level. So every country's government gives them the opportunity to work, study over their part time. Where normal all the countries will give you this part time jobs except the Singapore. छोटा country है, the government says just study and go back to your country. We want to focus on your academics only. We don't allow you to work over there. And Switzerland is basically a hotel industry वाला country है. तो वहाँ पे internship में ही jobs में बच्चे मिल जाते हैं, तो अगर part time system government वहाँ पे नहीं देती. Now coming up to accommodation, obviously now बच्चा जाएगा उतरेगा तो where the student is going to land after landing on the airport, right? So there are 3 types of accommodation. The number 1 is a homestay. As the name itself suggests, home. you would be staying with a local host over there. With a family of 3 people, 4 people, 5 people, where you would be learning the local customs and traditions. So this is really important for the first new time comers. The second thing is on campus and off campus accommodation. Now again, as the name says, on campus means on the university's campus. Students would be eyes of the university people 24/7. कहाँ जा रहे, किसके साथ बात कर रहे, किसके साथ खेल रहे, किसके साथ बैठ रहे, उठ रहे, कभी जा, everything gets recorded on CCTVs and get reported to their parents. So students इससे दूर भागते हैं कि parents को पता नहीं चलना चाहिए मेरे यहाँ क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं. So every student goes for off campus because off campus cheap होता है और अपनी मर्जी के हम मालिक रह सकते हैं. But the only thing is that if something goes wrong with your off campus, university hands are up. They won't take care of you. So normally on campus everyone prefers, especially for female parents. Students say, "मेरी daughter है, तो I would like to prefer to go. It's costly over there, but my daughter will be safe, 110% sure." So that's the advantage of going for on campus. Now coming up to the again important part of it is post-study work visa. As I said earlier, पढ़ाई के तो सब लोग ने अपने खर्चा वाले डाल दिए 15 लाख, 20 लाख, 30 लाख. But as a parent, you are not going to ask your child कि वो मुझे पैसा कमा के दे. But at least you will expect that my child should get some work exposure, the global exposure. At that point of time, the current scenario, what is going over here right now for Australian education system is, once you complete your 3 years bachelor's program or 2 years master's program, you get 2 years work permit, and you get 3 years work permit if you're going for master's by research, and 4 years work permit if you're going for a PhD program. For New Zealand, if you go for 3 years bachelor's program, 2 years master's, or 1 year master's program, you get 3 years work permit. UK, if you go for it, is currently they are giving for 2 years visa, work visa. It's called tier 2 work visa. USA, the STEM category. The STEM category is science for, as for science, T for technology, E for engineering, M for mathematics. If you're going from this specific category, you get 3 years of work permit. And if you're going for MBA programs, you get for 1 year work permit. But ये बुढ़ा टर्म अभी तक कुछ दे नहीं रहा है, खाली बोल बच्चा है जिसके लिए फिलहाल. So nobody goes to US as of now. Canada, yes, the king, the real king as of now is Canada. There's 1 year studies, 1 year work permit, and if you go for 2 year studies, you get 3 years of work permit and a quick PR. So this is the advantage. Singapore, again, nothing they give, just study and work and come back to India. France, they give 1 year work visa, and now of course they have started after giving this 2 years work permit. After this, they get gone over there for France. So all this is related to politically, nothing else. But it's very tough to get. And Germany, 18 months work visa. So these are the current scenarios where the work visa is required. And yes, that's it, the simple final part. Now, what we do in all these things. We will start with the first, the career counseling. Okay. So as I said, in career counseling, everything has been covered up, right from the which university selection, which course selection, everything is considered over there. Entrance and preparation. We have a team of trainers who trains for IELTS, TOEFL, GRE, GMAT, SAT. But without clearing that, I cannot even start shortlisting those universities. Because different universities having different entrance marks are there. Admission guidance, as per your profile, which university has to be selected. Universities, accommodation, or as I say, on-campus, off-campus accommodation. Scholarships, it's really important. If you get scholarships, you can save lakhs of rupees over there. So if your academics are really good, we help students to get scholarships. So this is a very important part of it. Bank loan assistance, we have tab with banks over there, so we can help you for that as well. Visa office assistance, of course, that's the more important thing. Without visa, so you cannot fly only. So this is the more integral part of it. And then later on, pre-departure, ticketing and foreign exchange. And the final one is White Skydiving International. So it's my personalized counseling, what we get from my founders. We associate with 620 institutions across 29 countries. So we have a bunch full of options for students who wants to go abroad. Successful with this, 1,000 plus happy students, highly experienced trainers, unbiased, precise information. We give personalization to all the applications and all this is under one roof. And these are the testimonials, current students, but major testimonials you can get on my LinkedIn website. And that's it. This my office is based in Malad West. Okay. Now, one thing I would like to tell you, everyone, whoever is planning to go for the higher studies now, aim for at least 60%. So India में 60% तो मांग रहे हैं उन लोग. तो 60% is really required for us. Otherwise क्या हो जाता है, वहाँ पे मारामारी हो जाती है. Now as a sir said, कहाँ गए सर अपने ऑफिस चले गए? 84% वाले को हार्वर्ड में भी नहीं मिलता है, वहाँ पे फेल हो जाता है, बिकॉज इन इंडिया वी हैव ब्रॉड बेस्ड एजुकेशन, रट्टा मार के जाके इसमें करना होता है, वहाँ पे प्रैक्टिकल बेस होता है. तो दोज हु आर, आई वुड से, आई मीन स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स कितने ज़्यादा, हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू गोइंग टू स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स, स्कूल बोर्ड से कितने, कौन कौन बच्चे हैं स्कूल्स में, विच बोर्ड यू आर इनटू, अच्छा यू आर इनटू दिस वन बोर्ड राइट, यू आर इनटू विच बोर्ड? I said it. So if you are planning to send your child abroad, I would like to talk to parents also. Go for CBSE board, IB board. IB board is costly, so not everyone can go for it. Your mastership board can go for it. But go from this specific board because they give you live practical approaches over there. Because nowadays education in abroad has also become competitive. 60% आपको भी है, मुझे भी है, but मुझे उसके लिए ले रहे हैं 60% बिकॉज मेरे साथ भी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा एक्टिविटीज है साथ में. जस्ट बाय 80% मार्क्स आपको हार्वर्ड में नहीं मिलेगा, तो जस्ट बाय 90% आपको हार्वर्ड में नहीं मिलता है. तो जस्ट मेक श्योर कि यू हैव टू समथिंग कुछ के अपार्ट फ्रॉम एकेडमिक्स व्हिच मेक्स योर एप्लीकेशन स्ट्रांग. Thank you very much, and I would like to now start with some question answer sessions now. So, any queries from parents or students who would like to know more? खर्चा पानी कितना कैसे करना है?